Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Loose Loops Crochet. So I graduate in about a month and 8 days. So I'm really excited for that because it's got me on my last straw right now, I'm not gonna lie. It's driving me a little crazy. I'm really sick of busy work. But anyways, since I graduate in a month-ish, my best friends also graduate too. So Julia and Lauren and me are all gonna graduate together, and then we're gonna have a graduation party together, which is gonna be so awesome. I'm really excited. Bless up. I'm just so sick of school, and I feel like it's gonna be really fun. So because we're graduating, I want to get them a little grad present, little graduation gift, if you will. But naturally, I'm me. I do want to make them something, obviously. So I think the plan is we're gonna make them some little blankets. I feel like it's cute, like it's demure. So we're gonna do twin XL size blankets. I've never really made any blankets other than like my stupidly large, like my scrap granny square blanket. That one's like literally twice my wingspan. So like this, you can't even see, this times 2. It's too big for like a king size bed. So she's kind of giant, or I think it's about the size of, either way, it's giant. Don't know what I'm gonna do with her when I take her to college. We'll see. But I've only ever made those, or I've made a lot of little like baby blankets. So other than that, this is kind of my first foray into not, also all of the blankets I've made have been granny square style, where you just kind of start in the middle and work your way out, and like that's all you do. So this will be my first time not doing that. So for Lauren's blanket, I want to do like little stripes. I feel like that's kind of cute. I'm kind of in between if I want to do double crochet or if I want to do granny stitch for hers. I don't know, we'll see. I might make some samples. No, I'm not, let's be so for real. I might test like a row or two, but we'll see how that goes. And then for Julia's, I definitely want to do one of those like irregular style granny square blankets where it's like a giant granny square here and 2 tiny ones over here. Like I feel like that's very Julia core, at least for me personally. But that means that we need to get started now because I want to keep this completely secret from them. I don't want them to know about this. I almost spoiled it to Lauren yesterday on FaceTime because I had my giant Michaels bag just like sitting in the background for like a minute. Luckily she was not looking. She was showing me the statistics class that we're taking together. It's so hard. I'm so sick of math. But we were talking about that, so she didn't notice, luckily, because usually if I go to Michael's, I text them, hey guys, when I go to Michael's with me, I don't like running errands alone. But I went on my own I went with my brother. Let's be for real. But anyways, almost spoiled it. Didn't. I'm going to try and keep this a secret, but that means I picked all the color palettes without their input. So hopefully they like them. I like these color palettes. I feel like they kind of give my friends, I don't know. So this is going to be Lauren's. It's kind of Neapolitan style now that I'm looking at it. These are all loops and threads yarn. This is coffee, this one's white, and I think this one's blush. But I feel like it'll be cute, like striped. It does kind of really give Neapolitan now that I'm looking at it. But, you know, I feel like it's a vibe. I feel like she'll like it. I like it. And then this is going to be Julia's, which is kind of a little more like, I don't know, darker colors. This is mushroom, this is navy, and I think this is clay. I'm gonna guess, yeah, clay. And I like these colors a lot too. I feel like this is more like dark academia style, which is definitely quite Julia core, I feel. So that's kind of the plan. I'm gonna get started on Lauren's first so that I can use hers once I finish it to measure out Julia's like square sizing, because that one's a little more intricate. Really pray for me when I sew together those squares too. I would do granny squares for both of them, but I already know I'm going to be slacking on Julia's, and I'm going to make a giant fucking granny square with like a couple little smaller ones. So Julia, if you're watching this, sorry, my bad, but I don't want to sew it all together. My back already hurts just thinking about that. But yeah, that's the plan. You'll probably get to see a bunch of other stuff from just like my life and my senior stuff right now. We have a bunch of senior activities coming up. Like this Friday, we have senior breakfast, which is where we skip school for a morning and we all get to go have a free breakfast. So stuff like that. Prom's coming up too, and I will definitely show you guys our prom outfits, stuff like that. But yeah, Okay, we're gonna do this real quick because it's midnight right now, which is why I'm whispering, because everybody else in this house is asleep. Also, my cat really wants to, she's right here, she's waiting for me to be done filming this so we can go to bed. But I figured I'd give you guys a little update. It's now Friday. That last clip was filmed on Tuesday. But I wanted to show you what I got done in the work week. I felt like really unproductive this week, but then I looked back at this and I'm like, okay, like it's not terrible. I've never made like a blanket this way before. It's always been like from the middle out. So I didn't realize how tedious these like rows are. Like they're really big, which is fine, but you know, it just takes a while. But it's actually pretty big. So this is where we're at. I decided to do treble crochet so that we could like get this done pretty quickly because, you know, we're kind of on a timetable. So yeah, this is what I have. I'm going to visit my college tomorrow, Sonoma. I don't think I've actually like technically done, but I'm going to Sonoma. Sonoma State. I'm really excited. So we're going for decision day tomorrow. So I'm going to bring this in the car and hopefully I'll just crochet all the way there and all the way back. Really get some stuff done. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also, you can kind of see right here, I've got all the blankets that I'm donating lined up there because I'm donating them to Project Linus. But they don't have any chapters nearby me. They have one for Napa and like Sonoma is in Petaluma. So I'm gonna just donate mine there because like they're gonna go to local places there and I'm gonna go there next year and like donation's a donation. So that's the plan for tomorrow. But I wanted to give you like a week update before I crochet this for a while. Hopefully I want to get some progress done. But yeah, also I got a haircut. You can kind of tell it's not in its best form right now because it is midnight and my hair's messy. But I feel like it's cute. I don't know, I got some more layers in the front for my prom haircut. So yeah, that is where we're at. And I will see you guys at some point. I'll check in. I'll probably film a little bit tomorrow, but really we'll see. So I'll see you when I see you. Okay, it's Monday night. I was a little over optimistic about how much I was gonna work on this in the car on the way to decision day. Decision day itself was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Really liked, I feel like I met a lot of like cool people. So I'm really excited. But on the way there, I was like, oh, like I'll crochet in the car. Like I'll have like 2 to 3 hours each way, like to crochet and just really dedicate my time to that. Bitch, no. Let's be so fucking for real. I slept both ways. I slept on the way there and I slept on the way back and I crocheted 2 rows. So, you know, I fear it's my kryptonite naps in the car. So that's my bad. But then, so that was Saturday, and then Sunday I made it up because I just spent the whole day crocheting. We have now used 3-ish balls of yarn. This is all the leftovers that they have. I don't know if I could squeeze another row out of each of these, maybe, but I don't really want to do all the work and then run out and have to like undo it, or I guess I could, I don't know. Maybe later I'll use them, probably. But we are now in like the, I'm definitely gonna have to buy more yarn for these projects kind of phase. So, you know, we kind of went into it like knowing that though, so it's fine. And then I didn't do any work on it today because I've been doing my prom nails. You can't really see them in this light. I'll show you later, but they're very similar to my last nails. It's actually the same green nail polish on the bottom and then it's a little like pink on the top. Kind of gradient vibes. I feel like that was cute. It matches my dress really well. You'll get to see that later on this week because prom is this weekend. So, you know, that's fun. It's gonna be rainy though. I'm really pissed off it's gonna be rainy. But whatever, I guess, stay optimistic or whatever. So this is what we have so far. You can't really see it all, but know that it's actually a decent amount. I feel like this is some pretty solid progress, all things considered. However, it's not actually enough progress for me, so I will be locking in on this later this week. However, I do also have to lock in on school for these next like 2-ish weeks. At least a little bit more, a little extra, because I've only really got like 8 days of actual classes left because all of my like dual enrollment classes end 3 weeks early. So I need to like it's all like finals and like writing like an on-demand essay and taking a stats exam and a psych final. So kind of need to lock in and study for those a little bit. So we'll see how much we can get done with this, but also I'm kind of banking on those last 3 weeks of school where I have to actually technically attend, but I won't have anything to do, so I can just like crochet there. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, also AP tests, that too. But that's all next week basically. So it's gonna be a real treat. But yeah, I'm gonna try and crank some stuff out this week, and get that going. All things considered, I really should have worked on it today, but kind of needed to have cute nails for prom, I fear. So that takes precedence. But yeah, that's where we're at. I will check in with you guys later on. I don't know when. We'll see. This one's a little bit, I don't know. I'm trying not to check in every day because I feel like when I do that, my videos tend to be like 40 minutes long, and I feel like that's excessive. But I'm saying that and I've been talking for 3 minutes and 43 seconds. So, you know, I'm gonna go bye. I'll see you later. Okay, I don't have an update on like how far I've gone on the blanket because I haven't really done a ton more than like what you guys have seen so far, but I did get more yarn. Lauren and I we just like happened to be nearby Michael's today. So I got 3 more balls of yarn. Honestly, probably gonna need at least 3 more of each, or 1 more of each color. But I felt like, because Lauren was there, she was with me, so I had to make up a lie about how, oh, I'm making a commission for a dog sweater or something. It's like, no, that's a lie. But I can't like couldn't plausibly buy more. So, you know, we're gonna get this and then I'll go on my own later on to get the final bits of this and the extras for Julia's blanket. But I think we're gonna try and crochet our way through all of the yarn that we have thus far, see what we can make with that, and then kind of use that as a gauge for later on. So that is the update for today. Guys, it's been a few days and I've been really stressed out about this blanket because it's been like a week and a half and I've only got like a little bit done. I have the blanket on the floor right here actually, so I'll go ahead and measure that. It is 27 inches long. And the length, like that's the like side to side kind of thing. So a twin XL blanket is supposed to be 66 by 90. So of the 66, I have 30 something. I don't know. But it was feeling like really off. So then I go today to measure my blanket. Like I'm like, okay, like I'm stressed out. I'm going to measure it like just to be sure. Am I dumb? I guess this is like my terrible math skills coming in because, oh, this is 95 by 30. What? It fits on my queen bed. Like, oh my God. I'm so dumb. Like, that's why it's taking so long. Gee, I wonder why you feel like you've made no progress. It's because you're making a blanket like twice the size that I'm supposed to be making a blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what that looks like. And I have, luckily it's 95. That's not even, oh my God. It's supposed to be 66 by 90. 95 by 30. Hello? Oh my God. So I'm going to flip the camera around. You guys can take a peek at what this looks like because it's kind of silly. But luckily, I feel like it's close enough. We're just going to flip the strips. I don't know. I'll show you. Okay, so here's what it looks like on the floor. Mind you, it's 27 inches this way, 95 this way. How, in what world did I think that was like, it's not even, they're not even close. I think I was just gaslighting myself into thinking like, oh my God, like this is taking so much yarn. Like how is this taking so, well, gee. Maybe it's because you're making a blanket that's for a queen size bed and really you're trying to make a twin. Like, let's be so for real. Oh my God. So this has really made me giggle today. I'm not gonna lie, a little crash out era. So I think the plan is originally this part up here was gonna be like at the head of the bed, like that. Obviously not my queen. This would fit my queen if I just kept going like this. But that's not what I'm trying to do. So it would go at the head of a twin size bed. That was at least my original plan. I think instead we're just gonna pivot and that's gonna go at the headboard. And then I was gonna make a border anyhow, so I feel like it'll look neater. But yeah, this has just been a real experience. I was like why do I already have like 9 balls of yarn and I'm worried it's not going to be enough? Gee, maybe it's because you're making the wrong size blanket. Like, I don't know. This is just really silly to me. I'm not going to lie. So I think we'll pivot, and I feel like that's going to be a lot better, a lot like more like the actual size. So in that case, I'm like almost halfway to being done, which is good because I've been kind of slacking. So I feel like once I actually lock in, I can get this one done and Julia's done. But yeah, this made me giggle, so I feel a little more sane now. All right. But yeah, I'll check in with you guys once I actually make progress. Now I've done like 2 rows today, but I've been having rot time because, oh, school is getting me, man. You'll probably hear more about that as we get into my finals week. But yeah, this is where we're at. This is the crash out for today. I'll see you guys later on. So it's later in the night as per my look, a little costume change. But essentially this is my game plan. So ideally I'd have like this blanket finished at latest like midweek next week. Because that would have been like dedicating about 2 weeks on it, which I feel like is a good amount of time for a twin blanket. And also I need to get started on Julia's. So ideally we finish at least midweek, like Wednesday-ish next week, which would be fine, except for the fact that it's finals week for me, kind of. Like tomorrow I'm having my English class. I'm taking English 1B this semester. And I have an on-demand essay tomorrow, and then it's prom on Saturday, and then Sunday it's kind of up to whatever, up in the air, but kind of need to study because then I've got senior skip day on Monday, so the girls and I are going to go to the pool, I think. And then Tuesday is my AP Gov test, and I really don't want to study on skip day, so if I'm going to study for AP Gov at all, I think it's going to be on Sunday, which is kind of annoying because then I can't really lock in as much on this one, on my projects. But I don't know. Sonoma needs their like rubric for like if you can like just not take the class in college is at least a 3, which I feel like is kind of doable. But I feel like it's less doable if I don't study at all. So I'll probably need to study for AP Gov at least a little bit. And I feel like Sunday's gonna be that time. So I'm feeling at the moment, oh, and then after Sunday, or no, what, Sunday? No, after AP Gov. So Monday, skip day, Tuesday, AP Gov test. Wednesday is when ideally we'd have this done by, but also I'll take the AP test and then immediately go into studying for either psych or stats, because then I have those 2 on Thursday. So they're like back to back, which is a real joy. So I kind of need to study for both of those as well. So I'm kind of feeling like we just really try to crank on this blanket like in any free time that I have this weekend. So I'm thinking kind of like morning of, I don't have anything for prom until like I have to start getting ready. Ignore the dog barking. So I'm thinking tomorrow afternoon and Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, it's just gonna be like working on that on the blanket, and then maybe Sunday, but we'll see how that shakes out with studying. So that's my little game plan. It's also kind of up in the air though. So yeah, it's Saturday morning or afternoon. When I talk morning now. But I did crank out a lot of crochet this morning. So now we are at about, what is it, 40? I'm at about 40 inches of like the width, which needs to be about 66 inches. So I feel like it's pretty decent progress. Like it's looking good. So this is where we're at. However, I do need to start getting ready for prom. It's gonna be so fun. I'm really excited. I will show you guys my outfit in a bit once I finish getting ready. But yeah, that's where we're at with this. It's what, like 26 more inches to go? I don't know. Each of these rows, I measured, it's like 9 rows is 10 inches. So, I don't know, you do the math. That's not for me. But, you know, yeah. So I think I'll hopefully be able to finish this weekend-ish, maybe. Kind of depends how much I'm able to get done tomorrow. But, you know, So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll check in with you guys later today when I show you my prom dress. Okay, I fully forgot I was gonna show you guys my dress until like after prom, but this is the look. I got these, or my mom has these earrings. They're like, what are they? They're like actual orchids, and then they're like cast in resin. And this is the dress. It's so, so pretty. I actually love it. It's got like a train and a slit. Let me see. I'll move you guys off of the candle that I use as a tripod. You gotta see. It goes really like long. It's got like this floral design all the way down. It's so pretty. I'll link it in the description. And then I wore these shoes, except I also brought I brought Crocs with me, and then I put them in the coat check. And when my feet started to hurt, I put the Crocs on, and nobody could tell. But yeah, this is my little prom look. I'll probably post pictures on my like actual Instagram, so you know, if you want to see, check that out. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. I don't know, the venue was so, so pretty. But yeah, so I'm gonna go to bed because I'm really tired. It's past my 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. bedtime. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so here's the deal with this blanket. Well, here's the deal with my schedule and this blanket. So originally I really wanted to finish it this past weekend because I had like the day of prom, and then I had prom that evening, or Saturday evening, and then I had Sunday like fully free. So I was like, oh, like I'll be good, like I'll crochet on Sunday. Monday was senior skip day. We went to Big Sur. It was really fun. It was so pretty. I'll put pictures here if I remember. But I was like, oh, like I'll have Sunday to just like fully crochet, like hopefully I can just like finish it then. I actually napped like almost that entire day. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up, I went to work, and then I like came home and I fell asleep. So I don't know. Like I did not get any crochet done that day, which kind of messed up my plans. So that was a little irritating. And then it was skip day and I was busy all day, but I crocheted a little that evening. And then what was it? Oh, today. So it's Tuesday right now. And I just took the AP Gov final today. That was kind of hellish. I don't know if I did very well. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm just kind of hoping for a 3 at least. Like I would really like a 3. That's my goal. Because if anyone doesn't know, for APs, it's like rated out of 5. You like take the test. And if you get a 3, personally for me, Sonoma accepts that as like, oh, you don't have to take this class in college, which would be pretty sweet because I'm really like, I just don't want to do the government class again. I'm not gonna lie, it's AP Gov. I don't want to do it. It's annoying. So I don't know. Hopefully we pass that enough to get that credit, but if not, it's not the end of the world. I don't know. It doesn't like count on my grades or anything, so that's fine. But I did that today, and then tomorrow I am studying for my stats exam during school, and I think I'm going to study for my psych exam after school. And then the next day I just moved some stuff around so that I could go on a field trip with my mom's class because one of her chaperones dropped out and I'm the only one who's 18 that can like be available to do that. So I'm going to be going on a field trip with her class. Honestly, I'll probably bring one of these crochet projects. Maybe I'll start Julia's blanket because that one I feel like the granny squares are easier to carry around because she's got a meeting. So I'm going to be field tripping during like the school day. I'm skipping school and I'm going to go do that, which means I rescheduled my psych final to be on Friday. But that means I'll be field tripping during the school day until like 2, and then she's got a meeting that goes to like 4. And then after, hopefully we'll get back around 4 or 5-ish, closer to 4 ideally, and I can go to work and then immediately go from work to my stats exam, which is that evening. So, you know, hopefully it works out well like that. I will have to take that stats exam that evening or skip school the next day, which won't work because that's when I'm taking the psych exam and my English Socratic seminar. So if not, I'll just go to work on Friday instead because my boss is cool like that and he's flexible and we'll be fine. But yeah, that's kind of the dealio. So we're kind of locking in, and we won't be like, we're looking at on studying and like school, I guess, until like Friday afternoon. And then I'm pretty much done with school, which is sweet. But I was really hoping, as I said earlier, to get this done by Wednesday, like at the latest. So, you know, I think I'm just gonna try and like do a bunch of the crochet today. I measured it yesterday, and I think I have about 50 something like inches across, and then I like stretched it to be, I feel like it's like stretching weird, and it's making it to where it like is really thin on the way that I need to be. I don't know, it's like really weird. So I think I'm gonna steam it so that it's a little wider and a little less long, because I feel like that's how it's gonna lay on a bed either way. So that's kind of my plan, because I'm really kind of sick of crocheting this project, I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like we're getting there. So I think I'm just gonna try and really like finish this up tonight, ideally, or at least finish it to where like I'll be ready to like put the border on later on, which I'm happy to put the border off, like that's not that bad. So I think I'm gonna try and just get through as much as the rest of this yarn, and then I think we're gonna call it there, and I'll steam it and like stretch it to where it'll be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna try and lock in and do that tonight, and then I'll be good to start, and I'll be like back kind of on schedule to get Julia's done as well. So that's the plan. That's my whole debrief of everything. Hopefully I don't fall asleep. I did fall asleep in between my AP. It was fine though during my AP Gov test because I had extended time, so I was just kind of stuck sitting there anyway until I could start the next section. So I did take a nap, which was kind of funny. It made me giggle. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. That's the dealio. So I will be hopefully finishing the main portion of this blanket tonight, and then we'll leave I'm happy to leave the border for another day. So that's the plan. That's the deal for this week. Yeah, I'll see you guys later on. All right, it's like 11 p.m. on Wednesday night, and I just finished Lauren's blanket. You know, cutting it a little close, I fear, but I mean, it still counts. I still finished it on Wednesday, so, you know, it's the thought that counts. But yeah, I actually got further than I thought I would be. I thought I would finish, like, the main portion of the blanket, and then I'd, like, leave off the border for later on, but I actually finished that as well. So really, I just need to steam this, and then I'm gonna like cut off the little end bits that are like poking out and weave in a couple bits, and we'll be good. So like that's basically nothing, like it doesn't count. But yeah, here she is. She's not exactly to the right proportions, so I don't know how much I'm gonna go like or use this to base Julia's off of. I don't know, we'll see like once I steam it. But also, Lauren's not actually rooming in the dorm. She's gonna like commute she's going to like a more local college, so she's just gonna commute. So this will probably just end up on the edge of, or on the end of her bed or something like that, which I feel like it's not actually going on like a twin XL bed, so who's gonna tell? I don't think she'll care. Also, while I was thinking about this, Lauren, if you're watching this, know that I made this entire blanket, or at least the main portion. And I was when I picked these yarn colors out, I was like picking things off of like what I associate with my friends, and I associated Lauren with this color palette, and I was thinking about like, oh, why do I associate this with her? It's because she's got this exact like color palette of blanket and like the same exact stitch from like Marshalls or something. I don't actually know where she got it from, but I've used it before when we watched Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives at her house, and it like came to me. I was like, that's why I associate with her. So that made me feel a little dumb. Lauren, know that this was not my original intention, but now you've just got two. Like, I think her dog chewed up the other one a little bit. So, you know, Rosie hasn't chewed up this one. I'm actually going to Rosie's birthday party sometime soon, so that'll be fun. It'll probably be in this video, actually, or at least a little bit, because it's gonna be in a couple weeks, and I still need to do Julia's. But anyways, this is what we've got. Like, it still covers pretty well, and I think once I steam it, it'll get wider. But like, I've been using this as I've been making it, and it turned out pretty solid, I'd say. I don't know. Yeah, here you can't really see it all it's hard to show blankets. I don't know what to tell you, bud. But yeah, and then here's the border. I did like 3 rounds of half double crochet just to like add a little bit more solidity to the edges, but she's actually a pretty solid blanket, I'd say. So this one for the most part is done. Damn, it's quite long. Yeah, but I feel like it'll stretch out and she'll be good and this will be cute. So this blanket is, I'm gonna count it as done, even though I still have to like weave stuff in and steam it. But I think tomorrow we're gonna get started on Julia's. So I don't know how much I'll be able to get done with it tomorrow, just because I've got kind of a packed day. I'm gonna get up extra early tomorrow. I'm getting up at, we're leaving at 7:20. Usually I wake up around 7:50 kind of gal, because my school starts at 8:30. And I take my little, I don't know, I'm a procrastinator, but I've got to wake up early tomorrow because I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go be a chaperone. Because I'm over 18. And then after that I go from chaperoning to like, my mom's got a meeting, so I'm gonna study in her classroom while she does her meeting, and then I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna have like an hour where I'm gonna go to work, and then immediately after that I'm gonna go to my stats final. And then, you know, cross your fingers for me. I've reiterated many a time I'm terrible at math, but I actually feel decent enough about this section, or this like segment of things that we need to know. So, you know, cross your fingers for me. I'm gonna finish my, actually immediately after this I will be finishing up my like little notes thing that you can bring into class with you, because I want to study psych tomorrow in my mom's classroom, so I can like use her whiteboard for it. Lauren and I went and tried to study that today. We could not lock in for the life of me, so I might be screwed. But you know, we'll cross our fingers. I've got like a 90 in that class right now. It's like a 90.21, and I really want to keep an A because that'd be nice. But you know, the world won't end if I have a B. So yeah, gotta do that tomorrow, which means I need to do the stats tonight. So that's kind of the deal with that. I think I'll bring Julia's stuff just to work on like in the car and while I'm doing other crap, or if I have a chance. But yeah, that's the plan for tomorrow. So we'll see how much I get done. And then the girls and I are actually going back to Big Sur on Friday. I have my psych test in the morning on Friday, and then an English Socratic seminar, and then I just have a free period or a study hall. So hopefully I'll just be chilling in that one. Maybe I'll do my stats discussion posts. But then we're gonna go back to Big Sur. We went up to Big Sur on Monday for skip day, and it was not hot enough to swim, but it looks like it's gonna be 80 there on Friday. So I think we're gonna pack up a little like picnic and go after school and go swimming, which I think will be cute. So yeah. Anyways, that's all my yapping for tonight because I need to go actually lock in, actually do my statistics homework, I guess. But yeah, that's the deal. Also, if my voice is a little odd or I'm getting sniffly, it's because I think I'm catching a cold. My throat is killing me, but I don't have time for that right now. I can't deal with that. I have shit to do. So, you know, that's next week's problem. Also, my brother's getting his, his wisdom teeth removed tomorrow. So that'll also be a fun treat. Fun little tidbit. He said he's gonna FaceTime me afterwards when he's all like loopy from the drugs. So that'll be kind of silly, as I'm like on a field trip with these 3rd graders. But yeah, that's the down low, that's the deal. Also, doesn't my hair look nice in this little like banana clip? I don't know. I just threw it up and I feel like it's cute. Yeah, anyways, I'm just procrastinating at this point. Let's be so fucking for real. This is a 6-minute long clip. But yeah, bye. Okay, it's Friday morning, so we've got to be quick about this because I do have to leave for school in like a couple minutes. But this is all I was able to get done yesterday. It was packed. Oh my god, I went from one thing to another, but the field trip was so cute. Like the kids, like it was all like 1800s themed, like, oh, this is how they made butter, this is how they wash their socks, this is how people like one-room schoolhouses. It was really cute. It was really interesting too. I enjoyed myself. But yeah, that was fun. And then I went to work and then I did my stats exam. I went in feeling really confident. I don't know if I did great or not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and then I got this done in the morning while I was like waiting for the kids to come to the classroom so that we could leave and go walk to the little like vintagey thing place. I don't know, the field trip. But yeah, so I really like how this is turning out. I'm going to the gorge after school, so I will not be home, probably won't be checking in. But I think I'm gonna bring this project along and just like put this stuff in my bag and tell my friends like, oh, like it's a sweater. I'm like, no, it's not, but I love lying. So yeah, that's the plan. I have my psych exam this morning. Really crossing my fingers on this. Lauren said it was hellish, so you know, hopefully I get good questions and stuff that I know, because otherwise I'm gonna go crazy. So yeah, that's the deal. I need to go now, so bye. Okay, so it's Saturday. Originally I was gonna actually do some stuff for work today, but that actually got canceled because the guys who usually stock my little closet put the stuff in like the wrong place. I don't know. It's not there, so I'm gonna do it later this week. But that means that today is free, which is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna go to the beach. Originally I was gonna go just like me by myself and go tan, because girl, like this, my stomach is so white and the rest of me is not, because I get tan easily, and my stomach's not out when I'm snowboarding. So this is all snowboard tan, which is kind of funny. But I really would like to fix that. So I was gonna go to the beach today and do that and like crochet at the beach, but then my family, or in my family group chat, my dad just texted me, was like, oh, anybody want me to get snacks for the beach? So I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're all going to the beach. So I'm gonna go with the fam, I guess. I didn't get really any crocheting done at the gorge yesterday. It was really fun though. This is all I did. Yeah, so I'm gonna get a lot more done though today, because I've got this and then I've got this square as well. But I feel like today will be, I can get some progress done, because I'm just gonna make some of these normal sized granny squares that are 5 rounds, and then maybe I'll make a couple smaller ones and a couple like bigger ones. But I'm gonna bring like a beach chair, so I feel like when I'm sitting upright and I have like back support and stuff, then I'll be like good to go. So that's the plan. That's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a lot of, I feel like this is gonna be a lot faster than Lauren's, but I am on a countdown. We've got like 19 days until graduation, so I need to lock in. But yeah, that's the plan. Okay, we got back from the beach. I was gonna say we just got back, but I actually had a lot of rot time, a little. And then I just showered. So you can kind of tell I got a little burnt, because I did fall victim to my #1 issue with, you know, being in the sun, which is if I sit in the sun for more than an hour, I will be falling asleep. Which, you know, is a struggle that I just have to endure, I guess. Real first world problem. But yeah, so I fell asleep in the sun and I didn't get a ton done, but I made this 5 round granny square, or here's the side with the one without the ends. And then I made 2 of these little baby ones, and when you like stack them one on top of another, they stack to be about the height of this one. So I think, because now I'm gonna go to the movies with my brother. He just had his wisdom teeth out, so he's bringing his little like wisdom teeth like ice pack that wraps around his head. It's gonna look so dopey in the theater. But I'm gonna bring my crochet, because if he's gonna look dumb, I'll look dumb too. So I'm gonna whip out the crochet in the theater, and I think I'm gonna try and make like a bigger granny square that is similar to this, like, you know how these stack to equal one of these. I think I'm gonna make another one of, or like something that stacks to be matching, like these stack and it equals one of like these, if you get what I'm saying, like the height of 2 granny squares, or 2 normal granny squares. So that's my plan. But yeah, I'm gonna go see the Thunderbolts. I'm excited. I keep getting spoilers on my For You page, so I really just need to like suck it up and go see it. But movies are so expensive now, like, ooh, it drives me a little crazy, but whatever. So yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the day. Probably we're going at 7:30, and that's like, we need to leave in like 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. It's gonna be Mother's Day, but my mom's going to the spa, so I'm gonna hang out with some friends, I think. We'll see. Okay, ignore that I look a little wacko right now. I just got home from work. I did a bunch of extra stuff for my boss today, so that's kind of taken up my afternoon time of crocheting. But that's okay, because I got a bunch done at school today, because all my classes are over. We're doing jack shit. Like, if we're being so fucking for real, only 2 of my classes have things going on, and those are art and AP Gov. And the AP test was already taken, so it's not even serious things. It's like, a conspiracy theory project. Like, I'm literally doing a project on why birds aren't real. That is literally the dumbest shit I've ever heard, but whatever. So oh yeah. So tomorrow I've just got psych, which we're watching movies, and art, which I don't need to be at. I've done all my art projects, and then AP Gov. So I think I'm gonna skip psych and art because I don't really want to go. And I'll just go to AP Gov, which is fine, easy peasy. So this is what I got done in class today while we were watching movies. It's just these two, which is chill. So yeah, that's what I have so far. I'll probably work on some more later tonight and obviously tomorrow morning, but for now, that's where we're at. So I didn't actually end up skipping school. It's Wednesday now. I brought my crochet. I've been bringing it to school every day, but this is like the correct measurement that the blanket needs to be for the top, or at least for the most part it is. I'll probably add a couple border rows anyway. So I'm gonna get started on like this section I think now, and we're just gonna work our way down. Also I went to Michael's yesterday with some friends and we got more yarn. That's actually not the new yarn. The new yarn's on my shelf, but we have 3 more balls of yarn. So we'll see how far this gets us. Hey squad, what's up? I feel like it's been a minute since we've had a check-in. I'm obviously not a minute for you guys because you'll be seeing this all stitched together, but it's been a minute for me. I think last time I filmed something was on Wednesday. It's Friday right now, so not that long, but I've made some progress, so I figured we would go over that. Here's how the blanket's looking right now. I actually really like it. I think it's turning out really good. You can kind of see she's a little uneven. She's kind of all over the place. I've been working on a couple extra squares like while I'm at school. So like for this segment where there's these 2 little ones, I've got 2 more little ones to add in here because nothing else will fit there. And I've kind of got like the top half of the square and like the width done. So I don't want to expand sideways or just going down. So I have those to add on, and then I made this at school today as well because as we know, I have nothing else to do. I've got jack shit better to do, so I've been crocheting a bunch. So we've got that to add on. I think I'm gonna do one more round on this one that I'm like in progress right now, so it'll end on a white round. It'll be 5 rounds, and then I'll just add that on as well. Yeah, I'll probably do that like right now, honestly. And then in what, 15, 20-ish, 30 minutes maybe. So my friends Daphne and Santa are coming over. We're gonna hang out in the hot tub and yap, catch up because it's been a minute. So I'm gonna do that tonight. It's Friday, and then Saturday, tomorrow, I'm gonna wake up, drive to my friend who's like a couple hours away from me. I'm gonna drive to her house, and I'm gonna go to her prom tomorrow. I'm really excited. It's gonna be super fun. Her prom, she goes to like a big high school. I go to a high school where my class is the largest class, and there's I think 150 of us. So we're kind of small, but she goes to a school with like 2,000 people. So I'm really excited. They get to have a big prom, and the big prom is at like this museum that I used to go to when I was a kid. So it's gonna be kind of nostalgic. I've known Grace since I was like 2, I wanna say, maybe even like 1.5, like forever. We went to preschool together. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting because I used to live where Grace lives now. So I'm intrigued to see if I'll see people that I've known or that I knew in like elementary school, like all grown up. I don't know. It'll be interesting. So I'm excited. So that'll be fun. So I'm doing that tomorrow. I'm gonna drive down. Can't crochet while I'm driving, obviously, sadly. But then I'm gonna stay the night at her house after we go to prom. And then I'll wake up the next morning, have some little brekkie. I'll probably crochet in the morning, I'm hoping. We'll see how tired I am. I don't know. I might be kind of wiped out. We'll see. And then I'm driving my ass back here, and I'm going to Lauren's dog's birthday party. Lauren's got a Yorkie dog named Rosie, who's turning, I think, 9 or 10. Lauren is obsessed with this dog, and Rosie has actually got attachment. She takes doggy Prozac because she's got attachment issues to Lauren. So very like, I don't know, they're like this. So Rosie is having a birthday party or not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So I will be in attendance. Lauren's making her a doggy cake, and then she's making a human cake as well. So that'll be a treat. So I'm coming back from prom and going to that. So a bit of a packed weekend, but it'll be fun. So I'm gonna try and crochet when I can. We'll kind of see. Definitely not gonna bring like the whole blanket with me, but I will bring the yarn to like Grace's house and just like crochet maybe if I finish getting ready earlier. I don't know. We'll see. I'll make do with what I can, but that's the life update. Yeah, so I'll see you guys probably after this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, bye. Okay, we've got to be really quick with this because Julie and Lauren are just about to get here. So I just wanted to show you guys, I skipped school this morning because I have nothing else to do. Got to go to AP Gov still. It's hellish. We're doing a project on how birds aren't real. Stupidest shit in my life. It's literally, oh, there's my cat. She'll just be in the way right now because I just want to show you guys the progress we've got at the moment. I think you can you see all that? I don't know. Here's the bottom. So this is where we're at right now. It's making, I feel like she's coming out pretty good. So definitely gonna work on this more later today because I'll be out for an hour and a half, and then I'm coming right back. So, you know, just need to shower later, and then so that's kind of all I have to do today. So I've sewn on all of the squares for the most part that I have right now. I have one more round of four round square, but I think I want to get started on like a big giant one because I feel like I have larger ones sprinkled about, but kind of want like one really huge, like 20 to 25 round square. I don't know. The biggest one right now I think is like 12. But yeah, that's where we're at. I have to go meet the girls for lunch and then go to school. Literally, we're not even doing anything. It's the dumbest shit in my life. But you know, whatever. Making it through, at least it's sunny today, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna crochet for the rest of the day. So it's not actually that bad, but it's still annoying. So that's the update for today. Okay, so ignore the cat and the fact that my bed's kind of a mess right now. I was gonna sew this stuff together. I just sewed on this bit to get this square attached, but there's like a little, this much of a gap right here. So I think I'm gonna need to make a bunch of these little tiny squares to fill in that gap, which is something I'm kind of dreading because sewing them together is gonna be hellish. So I kind of don't want to do that today, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been sleeping well lately and I'm so tired. It's literally 7 and I might honestly just go to bed, which is a little rough, you know, not very productive. I also have like this entire pile of squares that I need to sew on, or that I made today. So I don't know, maybe we'll keep going. I don't know, but don't expect a lot because I'm tie. All right, it's Friday. I just got back from my last official like full day of high school. I've still got next week, but it's all like just kind of, they're doing like a senior fun activities kind of week thing. I don't know how much I'll go to it. We'll see. Because there's a lot, it's like 2 hours of like sit in the library and like hand in your books, but I've already handed in all mine. And then there's like a couple hours of like a field day, and then we're back at handing, I don't know. It's a really weird schedule. So I might just go to the fun parts and skip the book check-in. I don't know, we'll see. But I'll be able to crochet there either way. So, you know, that's something. But yeah, it's Friday. I'm actually skipping my last class because I just hate it and I've decided I don't want to go to it, so I'm not going to. But yeah, here is what I have with the blanket so far. I have a lot that I really need to like sew on. It's kind of stressing me out, which is really dumb. Like I have time, like I'm good, but I don't know, I'm feeling a little sick of this project. I really feel like my favorite projects to work on personally are like a good like sweater where it's like, oh, you do a couple increases here and it like keeps you like engaged enough, but it's like one big satisfying piece. So doing a bunch of little squares gets a little tiring after doing it for a hot min. But here's where we're at with the top, and then I'm gonna show it in halves now. She's making away. And then this is what the bottom bit looks like right now. I've definitely got like some weird little spots like right here. But they're also like partially sewn on, like right here. This has stuff. It just needs to be added into this little empty pocket. Same with like over here where this big square is like halfway sewn on, but there's like a little gap and I haven't put the little bits to fill in that gap in yet. So really I just need to like sit down and have sewing time because I have a ton. I have so many. Actually, let me show you. I've just got like handfuls and handfuls of like little squares and big squares and like a whole ton. This isn't even all of it. So I really just need time to sit down and like sew them all together. And that would have been yesterday, but the gals came over and we watched our Mormon Wives marathon, which was 10 out of 10. We got like 3 episodes in. I don't know. I really, it's so like, they're so crazy. It's just, it brings me joy. Anyways, yeah. So locked in, did a lot of crocheting, but couldn't really have time to sew it all together because obviously it's Julia's gift and Julia was there. So trying to keep it secret as possible. But yeah. So we're going to the cabin this weekend. Oh wow, my hair looks wacko. We're going to the cabin this weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's gonna be really fun. We're gonna like, it'll be sunny out. Gonna get that tan again. I've already healed from my previous burns on my stomach, so you know, gotta go do it again. No, we're gonna be out in the sun. It's gonna be so nice. I'll probably bring this crochet project, and I think I'll probably bring this one as well that I started in Disneyland, the crochet thread, because it's so compact and easy to carry around, and it's like just one piece. So I think we're gonna bring that and maybe work on it a little bit at the lake. I don't know, while I'm like laying out tanning. And then we'll bring the other project or the blanket as well, so that I have something to work on. And like there's a table up there, I'm gonna lay it out and sew it together, I think. So we'll have time to like lock in. Usually my family will we're gonna drive up later today. It's Friday right now, as I said earlier. But usually we drive up and we like unpack and we watch a movie. So I'm probably just gonna be at the dining room table while everybody else is watching a movie, and I'll whip it together, sew it up. So yeah, that's my plan for this weekend, is to sew it together. And then once I sew all the squares together, I need to figure out, because we're kind of getting closer to the end of like the project, and I need to make sure that the end is like squared off. So I need to be a little more precise instead of just making a bunch of random size granny squares and being like, oh, I'll put them somewhere eventually. I need to be like, oh, okay, I need this size granny square to fill in this space to make it so that it can square off at the end. So yeah, that's kind of the deal for Memorial Day weekend. Probably won't film a ton. I don't know. We'll see. We'll leave it up to fate. But yeah, that's kind of the dealio with that. Okay, squad, so we're back from Memorial Day weekend at the cabin. It was really fun. I got a lot of tanning in. It was pretty sweet. I did get a little burnt because I did nap in the sun, as I do often, it seems. But you know, I'm just a girl. And I sewed together, or I forgot my needles to like sew things together, so I did really jankily like just kind of pass the yarn back and forth and kind of sew it together using this hook, which I think worked out. It looks the same. So, you know, I don't think it matters that much. I don't think anyone's gonna notice. So here's where we're at. Obviously, here's the top of the blanket. And then here, it's getting pretty big. Here's the bottom. This is kind of where we're at. Can you see that? This is really tough. Yeah. So that's where we're at here. I would tell you how big it is. I went to measure it right now because I was like, oh, I'll like measure it and figure it out. I measured it last night vaguely, but I think it was actually stretched really weird. So I was like, oh, I'll do it again, like figure it out for sure. Come to find out, because I'm not meant to stay up late. I was up at like midnight measuring it last night, and I was like, oh, I'll measure this and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I can't function at late night times, it seems, because I have no clue where in the hell I put that measuring tape. Like, I've scoured my entire room. It can't be out of my room. Like, it's got to be in here. I can't find it for the life of me. Am I going crazy? Maybe. I don't know. Like, I would imagine I put it back on my yarn shelf because that's where it lives, but apparently not. Apparently not, I guess. I checked everywhere. So, I don't know. I'm going crazy. Yeah. This is really just a sign of delirium, I guess. I can't stay up late. I can't do it. Like 8:30 bedtime, guys. But anyways, I know that I need more length on that. So I've decided to just make one really giant square that's like bigger than everything else. That'll take up like half or maybe even 2/3 of the blanket, and then just do like a little section on the side so that it's like a big chunk done. Knock that out. So I've got started on that today. while I was at school. We are not, it's like senior week this week because I graduate in 3 days and 1 hour. Thank God. But it's senior week, so we're doing like little activities. So today, the schedule's really weird. It's like materials check-in, which is really, someone calculated the minutes wrong for my district, so we've all just kind of got to sit there, and usually it would be like, oh, seniors come for this event and then you get to stay home the rest of the day. But no, we have materials check-in, which is where we all just kind of sit around the school and like check in our materials, I guess. I don't know, really. I've returned everything to the library, so like I'm not going to that. I just won't be there. So I went to that this morning to kind of scope it out. It was really nothing. And so I was at school for like 2 hours just crocheting. And then I went to field day. That was a real treat. Not really a sports kind of gal myself, if you gathered that. I snowboard and that's about it. Not really a team sports kind of gal, we'll say. So kind of just hung out, crocheted on the field. It was not sunny. It was foggy as hell, which was kind of rough. And then they made us burgers and fries, which was really sweet. And they were really good. So, you know, I mean, the burgers were mid, but the fries were bomb. Personally, I really enjoyed. So that was pretty sweet. And then we left a little early from field day because I didn't want to play kickball for the next like 2 hours. I wanted to come home and crochet. So that's what I did. Except I came home and watched Tangled with Julia and took a nap during Tangled because, again, I was tie-tie. Midnight last night, as we've heard. So, you know, really just establishes I can't do late nights. Not for me, unless I'm in a real locked in head. So I don't know, I can't. Yeah, so that's what I did today. Tomorrow is like the senior picnic, I want to say. So we're gonna go down to like the beachy area and like they're gonna have food from this taco place that's really good here. So really excited for that, but we don't have to be there until 10. So probably gonna crochet. This is really like lock-in time, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Need to like get this extra length, but I'm pretty confident we can make it work. So I don't know. Yeah, but that's what we're doing this week. We're locking in. I'm hoping to finish this project within like the next day or two. So that's the plan. We'll see if we stick to it. I mean, obviously, you know, you've seen the earlier parts of this video. But yeah, that's where we're at. So I'm gonna try and finish up that like giant square and attach it today, and then maybe add on the other bits that I need to do to make it so that it's like mostly coming together. And then if I can't find my tape measure, it seems like I'm gonna have to break out my dad's construction tape measure. Really a treat to deal with. Yeah, I can't do. I'm a grandma. Oh my God. Okay, but yeah, that's where we're at. I'll see you guys maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's our update. Okay, so I just ran out of yarn, so definitely gonna have to hit up Michael's. This is what we've got so far on this big panel, so I think we're gonna end that off. I don't know where I'm gonna place it along this bottom bit, but I definitely think that this will make it long enough. So I feel like we're good to end it there. I have these. I have this one that I need to sew on, and then I need to make like a couple more of these 4 round ones or squares to like fill out this area. And then originally I was going to attach this just below those squares, but there's actually like a little discrepancy right here. It's like 1 square large, kind of like this. And I really don't want to do that again. That was really annoying to sew together. So I think instead we're going to take the lazy route and just kind of stick it in the middle. Maybe. Will that be the, I don't know. But then I need to fill in both sides. So I don't know. But I feel like that'll be fine because then I'll do a couple of the 1 round ones here until it like ends. And then I can do like a bigger chunk or like a couple normal like 5 round granny squares over here and like some 6s and some 3s and stuff like that. Like more variety, I don't know, in like the either sides. And I feel like she'll be done, but I definitely need at least like a bit more. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely need more yarn though. So gonna go to Michael's, gonna grab that. I also have a little like makeup pouch over there filled with like onesies and twosies of the different squares. You can kind of see that in there, but that's what I've been using to keep them not going everywhere in my room. But yeah, so I think we're gonna go to Michael's and pick up some yarn, and then we'll come back and continue working on this. So we're back in the car. Just got out of Michael's. Tell me why they're fully out of the navy color that I used. They had the other two. Mind you, I already have extras of this from another project, so I could have survived without it. This one I also got as well. I just need one skein of the navy, just one, and they're out. Somebody bought up the whole stock. So let me jump off cliff. I think I might go over to my, drive 20 minutes to the next Michael's store over. I called them and tried to see if they could tell me if they had the yarn that I needed, but the girl who answered was like, oh, we probably have it. I don't know. I'm not gonna check. So let's cross our fingers. And we'll hope that this works out, because that's fucking annoying. And their next shipment here comes on Friday. Thursday or Friday is when she said it'd be out on the floor. I don't know. But I kind of need it beforehand. So we're gonna push through. All right, I got the yarn. Now time to drive 40 minutes back home. Okay guys, so that yarn gathering spree was filmed 2 days ago. I've been on a little bit of a break from my usual blanket project to work on Lauren's birthday gift because her birthday's tonight. So had to lock in on that. So I'm gonna finish that this morning. I think it'll only take an hour and a half, 2 hours max to finish what I need to do on that. And so I'm gonna do that this morning. It's 8:30-ish right now. Originally I was supposed to go to school because there's come decorate your grad cap and we'll give you some pancakes. But I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want to crochet. I don't know, I'm gonna crochet stuff for my grad cap, I think. I don't know, we'll see. But I don't really want to do that at school when I could just do it from the comfort of my own bed. So, I just ended up not going to that. Also, I'm not very motivated to go for pancakes. I'm not a fan. I don't know. So I'm not going to go to that this morning. And then I need to go to work. So I'm going to do, I think the plan is to do Lauren's gift. And once I finish that, I'll go to work real quick. And then I'll come back. Depending on the time, I need to be at graduation practice at 1. We have a 1 to 3:30 graduation practice. And then after that, I have Lauren's birthday dinner, but I think that's 5 or 6. Also in the mix of things, I really need to do my nails. That is the number one priority. I will survive without a grad cap being super decorated, but I need to do my nails. So I'm thinking we're gonna do nails after. If I go to work in the morning, then I won't have to worry about them being super duper perfectly dry. So then I can come back from grad practice and do my nails. And maybe I'll do prep in the morning if I have a chance of oh, I'm home for 20 minutes between grad practice starting and me coming back from work. Maybe I'll just prep my nails then. I don't know. We've got a lot going on. Also, kind of still want to do grad cap decorating, but I need that done by tomorrow because that's when graduation is. So, we're kind of packed. So I need to get locked and loaded, finish Lauren's gift, and I'll come back to you guys. I'm making a separate video on just me locking in for Lauren's gift because I felt this one was already really too long, or she's getting a little long and I didn't want to add to it. So feel free to check that out to see the full experience. Okay, my nails are mostly done. I just need to do a top coat, so I'm going to do that after I finish this segment. And then I have my grad cap all done. Thanks to my brother for hot gluing these babies on while I worked on another square for Julie's blanket. Haven't been able to get a ton done with that recently, as in within the past day, because I was working on Lauren's cardigan present thing. Check out that video if you want to see more. But that was done, so now I need to lock in on this. However, in order to finish Lauren's cardigan, I did stay up till 3:30 a.m. so I'm wiped. I'm exhausted. It's almost midnight. I can't do it. I'm so tired. So I'm gonna go to bed because I have to be up at 8-ish to then go do the memory walk, where we walk through the middle school and the elementary schools and our grad outfits, and do that. So gotta do that, and then after that ends at like 11:30, and then from 11:30 until like 3:30-ish, I have free time to like do whatever I want, aka crochet Julie's blanket. However, within that time, I do also kind of need to stop by the mall or something, like Francesca's, to get a dress for the grad party, because I don't have one yet. And I don't want to rewear my like actual short dress, because the girls are wearing, Lauren and Julie, I think, are both wearing like florals. So I don't want to be the odd one out. So I'm probably gonna stop by Francesca's and get that tomorrow. Which is an errand that I do need to do. Kind of annoying, so I'm gonna try to be quick about that. I'll probably do that within that middle bit, and then I have to be at graduation at 4. Yeah, gotta be there, and then actual ceremony starts at 5. And then I have dinner with my fam, and then after that we have super grad, which is like, I think I talked about it already. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, I'm so tired right now. I'm gonna knock the fuck out, but you know, that's where we're at. That's the update. Really need to lock in on this blanket. I haven't had a ton of time because I did have to go to the mall and get like a dress for my, my grad party tomorrow. But after that, I have been locked in on this blanket. So I've made like all of these squares and a couple of those. But none of them are sewed on. However, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm really on the fence of if I'll be able to finish this in time or not. I don't know. We'll see. If it was a normal day and it wasn't graduation, then I think I would be able to do it just like easy peasy fine. But I have graduation, and then I have dinner with my fam, and then we go straight into sober grad until like 1:30 a.m. So, you know, we're a little booked and busy. But I'm definitely gonna bring the yarn and like my stuff with me. Oh, my mom's home. Definitely gonna bring my yarn with me to, not to like actual graduation, but to like dinner afterwards and work on it there. I need like a little bit more length here, and then I need this whole segment to be done. So really need to lock in. Ideally, I can finish all of the squares today and maybe sew them on after. We might leave sober grad early, so ideally we leave a little early, come back, and I sew them all together, and then I knock out, and when I wake up the next morning I can add the border to the edge and like weave in the ends, and I'll be good. But we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. If they would just let me bring my yarn into sober grad, I promise I'd be able to finish it, but alas, only phones and keys. Really annoying. So yeah, that's where we're at right now, but I really need to get ready. So I'm gonna go do that. Okay, it's time to go graduate. We're going to graduation. Okay, I'm back from graduation. Here's my little diploma. I am officially a graduate. I don't have to go to high school anymore. I'm so happy. Also, my makeup low-key ate, which I live for. Anyways, I've decided that we are 100% gonna finish this tonight. I was earlier on the fence. I was like, oh, am I gonna be able to do it? Like, no, I will be locking in. I've decided. I think my goal is to finish the main portion of the blanket. So like crochet all the squares, sew all the squares together, and then have that done today, and then crochet the border tomorrow morning. Julia and her mom and maybe Lauren are coming over at 10 to get started on like decorating for our graduation party. But I want to get this done, like, and I need to like pack their bags and make them little cards, and write them little notes and stuff before then too. So I want to get this stuff done tonight, lock in, figure it out, which means we're gonna be drinking some Diet Coke. Also, it is what right now? It is 8:36. Sober grad starts at, or we have to be there at 9:15-ish, I think. So right now I'm gonna sew together as much as I can, right? Like of the squares that I have a decent amount. And I made some more at dinner with my fam. So we're gonna do that now, and then I'm gonna go to sober grad. Ideally, we leave early because I'm not gonna lie, it's at that really small arcade. And I feel like we only really need like an hour and a half to do everything, 2 hours max. And, you know, I mean, if I'm going to be staying up late, I want to be staying up late being productive. So ideally we leave early. If not, we'll get back around 1:30 a.m., which is kind of pushing it. But you know what? We're going to have a Diet Coke and push through and get this stuff done because I am locking in. So that is the plan, and I'm going to get sewing. Okay, so I just got back from sober grad pretty recently-ish. It's like 1:40 right now. I got back at 1:30-ish. And I am locking back in on sewing these together. Really want to reach that goal of finishing like at least seaming the pieces together tonight. So gotta push through, gotta lock in. I'm so fucking tired, but you know what? Blankets are forever. Tiredness is for until I go to bed, hopefully. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. Where did I put my scissors? What the freak balls? I don't know. They're in here, actually. Yes. Anyhow, you can really tell my mind does not function the greatest at these late hours, as evidenced if you've seen one of my other videos in which I was up late at night. Anyhow, sober grad was actually pretty fun. I had low expectations. I think I talked about it earlier in this video. But it was at like a little arcade and it's kind of small. I don't know. And my class is like the biggest graduating class that they've had at my school in like the past 10 years. So I was like, oh, like I'm kind of like, I don't know if there's gonna be enough space for everybody. Like, we're gonna run out of things to do. I mean, it's like we got there around like 9:30 and we went till 1:30. So what, like 4-ish hours? I don't fucking know. But it was actually pretty fun. They had like, they have escape rooms there. And so they had the escape rooms going. And, like a classmate of mine, kind of acquaintance friend person, I don't fucking know. He used to work there. And so we actually ended up in a group. And he was like running the escape room for funsies, just for like shits and giggles, which was kind of funny. And we ended up with a really fun group, and we did like a prison escape room, which was actually really cool. So I don't know, I had fun with that, and that was like an hour, and then got to hang out, try out all the games. They have this one game that is like a motorcycle racing one, but they have like little like fake motorcycles, and I really thoroughly enjoy that one. It is my favorite, I think. So played that with a couple of different people, but altogether actually a pretty solid night. I did definitely eat way too much, and now I do feel ill. You know, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, but whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's kind of where we're at. I'm really fucking tired, as I said earlier, but you know what? Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I'm gonna push through, and I'm gonna finish this sweater. Not a sweater, it's a blanket. Whew. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go continue watching my TV shows, movies, YouTube, etc. And I will get back to you guys maybe when I finish this, maybe tomorrow. We'll fucking see. So here's plan B. It is like almost 4 a.m. right now. I'm so fucking tired. I took a nap in between, I'm not gonna lie. I like fully accidentally fell asleep, just head down, sitting in my chair, for like a solid 30 to 45 minutes. Then woke back up, got right back at it. So that's kind of kept me going, but I am real tired and I really don't want to be super exhausted for the party tomorrow. And we've still got a whole other section to go. I'm almost done with the right side of the blanket. I'll show you guys like once I start closing up shop here. So I think that my plan B is going to be to finish the main part of the blanket, or as much of it as I can today. I'm hoping to finish this like right side fully, for the most part, and then ideally I will crochet like a square or two before I go to bed right now, to put on the left side, and then we will wake up tomorrow and sew together the left side / finish it. So at least we've got like a big square done. And then I will give that to Julia, and I'll like write her a little note being like, hey, P.S., like I'm gonna I'll put a border on it for you. Just like give me a day or two to recoup. And like I got it. So like I feel like she'll be fine with that. Like I don't think it's that deep. I just don't want to give her like an unfinished blanket at the party in front of everybody and have it be like, oh, Lauren gets a complete one and you get like a halfway done one. So I feel like if it looks for the most part done, then like who's gonna care, who's gonna notice. But then I do feel like it needs like a border just to even out. Some of the edges are a little kind of uneven, a little like unfinished looking because they're like, I don't know, just like sewing together all of these different sizes, it doesn't make it super consistent. So I do think it needs a border. I think it's just gonna be like 3 rounds and it'll be like one of each color. But I don't think that's in the cards for like happening before the grad party. So I think we're just gonna finish the main part, give it to her, and then take it back and finish it fully. So that is my plan. I'm gonna try and finish this shit, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna knock the fuck out, and then I might have Lauren bring me like an energy drink or something when she comes over tomorrow. Julia is coming over at 10 to get decorating. I will probably be decorating too, but also might be able to whip out the crochet. But like I feel like, I don't know if sewing it together will be able to happen tomorrow within that. Also don't know about steaming. Need to steam some stuff, meant to steam Lauren's. I don't know. I'm stressed. See, I feel like I should have, like in retrospect, like hindsight's 2020, I totally should have just like locked in a little more earlier this week, but I did not. And you know, that is my bad. Also, yeah, I don't know, but whatever, we're just gonna deal with the consequences of our actions right now, and make it work. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm so fucking tired. I'll see you guys later or tomorrow, who knows. This is where we're ending off for tonight. I've sewn together all of this bit and like made a bunch of this stuff. This still isn't attached because I want to do that in a different color. I need to fill in this, so I think I'm gonna make this segment next or tomorrow morning when I wake up, and I'll sew that on. And then this part's kind of stressful because I still haven't done any of this portion, so we're gonna focus on finishing that and this tomorrow, and we're gonna really lock in. We're just gonna push the time frame as much as possible. But yeah, it's actually 4:30 a.m. right now, so I really need to go to bed. Okay, it's the next day. I got up at like 8ish, and I've been like crocheting since then, so I think I'm gonna be able to at least fill in that little like patch of open space that we left yesterday, the smaller one on the right side. So I'm gonna do that at least. I think my brother's gonna come and help me like sew that together so that I can work on at least a bit of the other side as well. I don't think this is gonna be like fully done by the time that Julia comes over, and I would really like to keep it as a surprise because she doesn't know that this is for her, and she hasn't seen the blanket in full. She's just seen like me crocheting squares randomly. So I would like to keep it a surprise. So I'm thinking we'll probably just get as far as possible before she gets here at 10:15, and then I'm just gonna pack it up and tell her like when she opens it, like, hey, ran out of time, but I will finish it for you. Just like give it back to me and I'll get it to you by like the end of the day or the next day. So that's, I think, my plan. As annoying as it is that like it's gonna be unfinished, like that does kind of irritate me just because I'm me. I feel like it's not that deep, and I think she will be, I don't think she'll care like if I take another like day or two to finish this. Like same with like Lauren, like they're very, my friends are lovely. They're very gracious people. Yeah, so I'm gonna do what I can right now, and then we'll pack her up and I'll write them little notes, make them little cards. We'll probably pack up around 10 just to be sure so I can have time to make Lauren and Julia's cards. And then I need to go pick up my cake for my grad party and do a couple other errands. Probably gonna go with Julia and Nathan on that. Nathan's my brother. Yeah, so gotta hit up Costco. But yeah, that is the deal for today. I don't feel super tired right now. Woke up pretty awake, but also like I'm sure I tend to like always wake up around the same time. So like I did not sleep in this morning. I was just like up and out of my 8, my usual wake up-ish time. So I definitely tend to be a napper in the afternoons though. As we've talked about, I feel actually extremely often in this video. Like it's come up a little, I don't know, quite often. But yeah, so I think I might get an energy drink while we're out too, because I really don't want to be like napping at my grad party. Like while my family's here, my Grammy 2's flying in, like I feel like it's kind of goofy. So that's my game plan, and I'm going to sleep good tonight. It's going to be great. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So I will show you guys like what I pack up into her bag and like the finished little baggies and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm probably gonna finish this tomorrow after, or yeah, I have other grad parties. I'm going to the where I like went to prom earlier, my friend's prom, Grace. She's having her grad party tomorrow, so I'll probably bring this along with me and crochet it in the car. But yeah, that is the plan. That's where we're at. That's what we're gonna do. I finished this while Julie and I were watching Mormon Wives, so we're just gonna show you guys real quick how it turned out. But I feel like it went pretty cute, I'd say. I don't know, it's like it's pretty big actually. I don't know, but it turned out cute. I put one round on the border because I ran out of enough yarn to do all the colors. So, you know, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, hey guys, change of the scenery because I'm in France right now. But essentially the outro to this video got corrupted or whatever, and I can't upload it. So that's a treat. Anyways, all I really said was just like, it was really fun to make these blankets. Like I felt like it was a really fun project to do. I felt like as far as like graduation gifts go, I felt like this was a pretty fitting one considering it's like something that they'll use in college or be able to use if they want. But yeah, that's kind of the DL. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.